Good morning. This morning we're going to be doing some seed sowing. So we're going to start off by doing the peppers this morning. So if Mike just pans back, he will show you the compost we're using this year for our seeds. Taking some advice on this. This is very popular. It's the Levington's F2+S. First time I've used it. Absolutely superb, and if Mike can just show you, it is really good, really good quality. Like I say, it's the first time I've used it. Little bit of moisture that's just holding quite nicely. It's not cold at all. It's been in the house for a couple of days, so it's just perfect now for me to do the seed sowing. So we will crack on and start with some seed sowing. Okay, so I'll fill the tray with the compost. This is the way I would normally do my seeds. Give it a quick pat down and then use the other tray over the top of it just to give it a little bit of a compress down, not too firm but just gently give it a tap down. I'm going to sow 2 lots in each and I'll put a dividing for it. This is an old set of seed trays I've got here from an old propagator, but the reason I want to use it, they've got some nice deep lids which are just perfect and they fit inside the new propagator we've got now. So I'll just give it a bit of a water. Water's been in the room now for the last day or so, so it's at room temperature as well, not too much of a shock for the seeds. So let's just give it a little bit of a tamp down. Okay, so the first one we'll do is the sweet mini pepper. It's a Wilco one. This one will probably, once it's ready to go outside, I'm going to put this one outside, so once it's ready it'll stay in the greenhouse for a while and then it'll go out by the greenhouse. It's a nice sheltered spot there. Quick look at the seeds. There's about 50 seeds I think in this packet, but I'm only going to put about 10 seeds we've got, because you can see these seeds quite well, so I'll just place these. There we do. 10 seeds. Oops. 3, 4. That one there. Okay, I use a lollipop stick just to divide between the 2. Put those back in. Perfect. And the next one I'm going to do is the sweet colour spectrum. These ones will stay in the greenhouse. And probably also we'll put these in the covered micro mesh dome that we've got on the allotment. We've got one bed that we put some chilies in last year actually, and they did really well, really well. So and we add some peppers in there as well, and they did ever so well. So we'll do the same again with some peppers in the greenhouse and do some peppers out on the plot. So I'll do 10 again of these because I think 10's going to be enough. We've got 4 different varieties this year, so we've got more than enough. Put the rest of them back in the separate packet, fold it over. Back in. And then I just very, very gently covering with just a very small layer. This compost is very, very fine anyway, so it doesn't need an awful lot. You can do this with if you've got some very nice fine compost, or with some vermiculite. And as I haven't got any vermiculite, I'm using the compost. Just make sure they're covered. Not with a lot, it doesn't need an awful lot. Very, very thinly. Just make sure that they've come in contact. Give them a gentle press down again so you know that they're in contact. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Just turn my stick on its side, and then I'll do the labels. And then once it's in the tray, I'll give it some water from below. And that's the way I do mine. Okay, I'll get on and do the others, and then I'll show you once we've finished. Right, so thanks a lot.
Right guys, as you saw the wife seeding, they are now in a south facing window in a propagator tray. We find these are worth their weight in gold, so if you can afford one, I would get one. The vents are closed on them. We have put a little drop of water in the bottom of the propagator tray, so the compost soaks it up from the bottom. The seed germination on them is anything from 7 to 20 days. So we'll be checking I'll be checking these most mornings when I'm making a cup of tea. So that's that, and we'll be getting back to you with more sowing. See you soon. Right guys, you're looking at one of the boxes. It's a polystyrene box. It's quite deep, as you can see via my hand. It's going to be double the depth, and we use these for our leeks, as one, the polystyrene keeps them a little bit warm, and you get the depth. So the missus will be telling you what type of leek seed she's going to be putting in.
Okay, so these are the leeks I'm going to be sowing today. They are called Leon Prize Takers. So I'm going to do these. You can start sowing these from January to February, so we're at the tail end of January, with the intention of my other leeks, which are the Musselburgh, which I'm going to sow in March. So I'm going to give them a good 2 months between the two, so it'll give us a bit of successional sowing. So hopefully then we will have a bit of time between the two of them. So there's 275 seeds, I think, are in this packet. Yeah. So I'm looking to probably do half of these seeds. See how we go. So I'll just sprinkle them over. The compost has been dampened down, so I'll just sprinkle over.
They're hard to see because they're black seeds.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna sprinkle over what I think is approximately half the packet.
It's a guessing job.
I think we're nearly there now, so it's had a good sprinkling of them. So yeah, that's about half a packet. Probably a little bit more, but there you go. Okay.
More leeks for us.
So right, yeah. And then I'll can I have the scoop, please, mate?
Yeah. There you go.
And then I'll scoop over some, riddle over some. Doesn't need riddling, but it helps me to
get it an even covering, isn't
an
it?
even covering of layer of soil, and then I'll just
that nice compost that we're using, really.
I'll give it a nice tamp down then,
Then we can put
so
it
it's all in
the,
contact.
put it in the porch where it's south facing again, and hopefully germinate.
They can go down the greenhouse soon.
Yeah.
Once they start to poke the heads up a little bit. Okay.
You're going to show the ladies and gentlemen your little tamper that I made.
Yep.
It's only a small, it was for the small trays, but we have got a large one. Do you want to use the large one, Jan?
Okay.
Hold on. Let's get you on. There he is. That's the larger one with a handle on, so it just makes it nice and even.
Make sure
And make sure
contact.
that the seeds are in contact with the compost. Secret is not to press too hard, but just enough so you know they're touching.
That's it.
And it all looks nice and neat.
There we go. So it's all in contact. It's had a good water. The compost was given a good water. And we'll just keep an eye on it now. Give it a bit more water now.
Just a spray, and then your label to finish off, isn't it, John?
Yeah, that's it. And then we'll just keep an eye on these now. That's how we always do it, and they seem to come up really well. We've never had a problem with leeks germinating before.
And then once you take the leeks out of the box, you've got your polystyrene to put in your tubs to fill up your tubs for you ready for your flowers to go into, so you don't have to use so much compost.
There we go. That's it, that should do.
That's it, all done. Right. Okay, one label to go, and then that's it.
All done.
Right. See you soon, guys.
Okay, so these are our potatoes. They are chitting in our porch at the moment. We have got some covers for them, so of an evening, so if it does drop cold, we can give them some covering to stop the getting too cold. So the ones you're looking at the moment, these are our sarpomeras. So as you can see, they're starting to get some nice chits on them. Next to those are the shallots. So we've got 20 of the shallots, 20 of sarpomeras. The ones at the very top.
Well, I'll just pan up to them, Jan. Zoom in so
So
people
there's
can see them. Yeah.
the international kidneys, and I think there's 16 of those.
Yeah, the chits are coming on nicely, so I can zoom in. Yeah.
Next ones down are our Cara potatoes, and we've got 20 of those, which these are our bakers. Absolutely superb.
Yeah.
We love those. And two new to us, which we've never ever grown before, which are Kerr's Pink, and we've got 10 of those, I think there is.
So they're chitting nicely. They're starting to come.
And then we've got Manitou. So the box is split in half. So we've got Manitou, and then we've got Kerr's Pink. And again, we've never grown those before. So we've grown the international kidneys, Caras, the Charlottes, and we've also grown the sarpomeras. But these are the two we've not grown before, so we thought we'd give them a try. And as I've said before, we are growing everything in buckets this year. So we'll see how we got on, because I'm not quite sure whether we've got enough potatoes at the moment. We might have to get a few more. Because we're looking to do quite a few buckets this year. We want to have a bit of a spread on when we're going to be doing them. So the international kidneys will probably be first ones we'll be putting in, and then the Charlottes, and we're looking for obviously the Caras as main crops and sarpos. The other two I'm not quite sure on yet, so but I'm just going to do a bit more research on those. So that's it for now, guys. Just
tell them about the bubble wrap we put on at night time to keep the frost off, because this porch is only single glazed, so it is like a greenhouse in a way. In the summer gets very warm, but we just pop the bubble wrap, which we get from our local supermarket, they give it away easily, you know. You ask the guys nicely with a big smile and they say, yeah, you can take it. It just keeps the warmth in and the frost off them, so
yeah, just
it's just a little good idea, I think. So that might be a useful tip for you guys.
And we did get potatoes, seed potatoes this year from our local garden centre. We were lucky enough that they were doing them as loose, so we could pick and choose what potatoes we wanted. The only ones we couldn't do that with is the sarpos. They were the ones that were netted, which is why they're very mixed.
Very different sizes on those, large and some small. So as you can see, some of them just about fit in the egg box, well, the egg tray I should say, and then there are ginormous ones, which are those.
So they are very mixed.
So it's best.
But the other ones we were able to pick and choose which ones we wanted, which was really good. So for now, guys, that's it then. We'll be back with you shortly. Bye for now.
Right guys, just a little snippet here. I've just been breaking up some of our garlic out of the shed we grew last year, and I cannot believe that is a 2p piece, as you can see. And look at the size of some of these garlics. They are massive. I cannot believe it. There we go. Put one in my hand. Look at that. That's a giant garlic clove. Well, they are supposed to be very sweet. I'll just pan you across the rest of them. There's a lot of little ones in here as well, and we've actually got some that are shooting. So I might put those in. I've lost track of which ones they are, but we might put them in a pot just to see how they go. But yes, I'm happy with that garlic. I've got to take that one clove apart. Yeah, they may be a little bit too small, but the giant ones are massive. And I'm pleased. I don't know whether the wife would be or anybody else would be, but that's one heck of a garlic. See you soon.
Well, you find me in the greenhouse up at the allotment. I am just, as you can see, got my trays ready. I filled them up with some compost. It's a bit of a cold day, but the suns are shining.
Well, it's 73.8 in here. We've got a heat wave.
So I'm just making a little bit of an indentation, not too much, just a little bit of an indentation, just so I can set their bums into the soil. And I'm setting these Stuttgart onions in.
Are these the ones you rang up about, Jan?
Yes, if you can remember from one of our last updates, I said there was a bit of a problem with some of these onions. The onion sets we had from Sutton Seeds. Well, I did ring them up. It was suggested to me by a couple of people that to give them a bell to see whether they would do something about it. And I did speak to a lovely lady, and she is going to replace the ones I had a problem with. So I will be having some more come in the post. So that's absolutely brilliant, which I'm really pleased about. So yes, excellent service from them. So that's Sutton Seeds. So yeah, we'll definitely be using them again. I've been really pleased.
Next year, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just, anything, like I said, I did go over these when we had them. So any more that I can see that are not brilliant now, I'll take them out at this point.
Because you've got the ones to replace them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Come in, I should say.
So I will just carry on with these now and get these put in. And get them and leave them up here at the allotment now. They'll be absolutely fine. So I've got plenty to get on with. So once I've finished, I'll bring you back and show you how we've got on. So for now, I'll see you later. Okay, so I've done the onions. The top box has got a selection of both the Stuttgarter and the Centurion. So this is how they are in the boxes, in the tray, sorry. So they're all nicely set in, standing up nicely. The soil's a little damp, so I haven't watered it anyway. I'm putting the lids on them just to give them a little bit extra warmth because it is very cold at the moment. Temperatures sitting quite nicely in here, but it is going to drop off now. It's later on in the afternoon. It's what, 26 degrees in here at the moment, but it is going to drop off. So as you can see, they're looking really good. So that's our onions for the time being. I've done the shallots also, so they're all done as well. So yeah, if you want to just have a quick pan round so you can have a quick
pan
look.
round, yeah.
So there they are.
Purple jacket. Yeah. They're all nicely bedded in. So from Bookends Allotment, thank you all to all our subscribers and to our new ones. If you like our videos, please like, subscribe and comment. Even if it's a negative comment, we will reply. And happy growing, everyone. Bye for now.